The Georgia Flood. I wrote that song on my way to the supermarket one day. I had no idea where it came from, but the basic verses to that song were in me by the time I got back to the supermarket. And I jiggered around with a tune for it. And I know that there were tunes about floods, the backwater blues and things that Charlie Patton sang, and various blues musicians have sung songs about the floods and the disasters. After writing this song, I found out years later that in my own, I'll say family, I don't know exactly how we're related, but back during my grandmother and grandfather's time, somebody somehow related to us. It was a man and a woman had 10 children, and there was a flood in their community. I think this may have been in the 30s. And the whole community had to go up a hillside and watch while the floodwaters wiped out their town. And like any good mother, this woman took attendance. She called out to her kids one by one. 10 kids, 9 of them answered, 1 did not. She called again, 9 answered, 1 didn't. She became convinced that her child was down in the waters of the flood. She ran down the hill. Grown men could not hold her. She jumped into that water to look for her child, and she drowned. And as if that's not tragedy enough, it turns out that her little baby child was up on that hillside, and he chose the wrong time to be willful. And when he heard his mother call his name, he did not answer, not realizing the effect it would have. And I found out that this was part of our extended family history after I wrote the song.
Savannah flood of 1925. It was 1925. It started out as a rain cloud moving across the sky. Well, the preacher said, start running, or you'll be swimming here by and by. You'll be swimming here by and by. Well, they prayed to the Father, prayed to the Son, called to Jesus, but it would not go. Said it couldn't happen, said Georgia stayed dry as sand. But the preacher said it was the hand of God moving all through the land. It was moving all through the land. For 10 days it kept on raining, and the rain fell all around. The water flooded the lowland, and then it ran all through the town. You know, it ran all through the town. To the highland, you know, they stopped and they looked around, but the houses were going under, and the tree tops were sinking down. You know, the tree tops were sinking down. The governor stood on the mountain, and he swore that the rain would stop. But after 21 days of raining, you know, the water came to the top. I said the water came to the top. Well, they pray to the Father, pray to the Son, called to Jesus, but he would not come. They prayed to the Father, prayed to the Son, called to Jesus, but he would not come. The mountain and the people fell in the sea. You couldn't hear nobody praying or singing nearer my God to thee, singing nearer my God to thee. So when you hear that thunder rolling, remember that terrible day. It was the day my daddy got drowned and my mama was washed away. You know, my mama was washed